AI girlfriends, models, and dating apps are getting more advanced every single day. This makes artificial intelligence a real threat to models on Instagram and other platforms, since AI can provide the exact same products and services at a bigger and global scale. AI is advancing so fast and getting so realistic that it will sweep the floor with Instagram and OF models and influencers. That's the good news. The bad news is that eventually it will probably do so with all of humanity as well. I've been saying it for years. The direction that women have opted to take in the end will just hurt them the most, because the men will have no problem sleeping with a machine that looks and feels like a real woman. But a woman will lose her freaking mind dealing with a machine because she'll know it doesn't actually have any feelings towards her. So, with OnlyFans, we saw a deep dive in depravity. Many women felt like they needed to compete by being more virtually promiscuous than the next. With AI, there is no way to compete. Men looking for that type of online contest will find a perfect match for themselves and something that they can tailor to their needs. OnlyFans was already bad for women looking for a relationship. Now they've replaced women completely. Enter stage left, the asteroid. The show is coming to an end. They did it to themselves. If these young women have actually developed any moral virtue, been loyal and supportive girlfriends or wives, and not turned off 90% of the male population with their ridiculous demands and unreasonable standards, then I would have some sympathy. They did it to themselves, and now they are in serious trouble. Real women may change for the better to have a benefit over AI. If not, we're doomed. But not before men live fantastic lives without women. Real women will suffer beyond their wildest nightmares if they don't do better. Actually, given how unlikable modern women are and how dating them is impossible, this AI is going to help regular average men become emotionally whole and get the support they need to grow in a more natural way with the absence of the more feminine, more traditional women. Now, guys can reduce stress and frustration by virtual service. Maybe women can also do that and be less demanding. Then physical relationships can focus on what's real, such as family commitments rather than satisfying personal attention hang-ups. Also, I would assume that some would use it productively to practice couples interaction and arguments before they happen, and would realize that their physical partner's reactions are actually sensible. Not all is so negative about AI personality interaction of the future. This is because AI can be made and built to order exactly the way you want. It never sleeps, it's never sick, it learns over time and tailors itself to fit the user's expectations as best it can, both visually and with text generation and voice. It's scary to witness. Also, AI will be able to drive the prices even lower due to saturation. The rise of AI could potentially incentivize women to change and put an end to their crazy high expectations in dating. For all we know, this could actually help fix human interactions between men and women, as they would now have an actual competition out there, which forces them to reflect upon how they treat men and dating. Considering how doomed we already are, I wonder if this could actually make matters worse. In the near future, we are likely going to see new verification policies from OF and related companies to try and remove AI-generated content from their platforms. However, I'm not sure how they can do that with a straight face when they already allow women to post pics with digital filters over their faces. It's going to be an arms race between these companies and the AI innovators. It is likely that new apps that are AI-friendly will eventually replace OF as the dominant simping apps, since the women are all nicer, more compliant, and look better. In the future, I figure all the OnlyFans accounts are going to bomb when corporations start pumping better and more impersonal and real AI online girlfriends for guys. More and more people, men and women, the ones that are alert to real connections, are going to start rejecting these corporate media influencers and will crave face-to-face interactions. On another note, it's quite possible that morality has changed since 20 years ago. It may not have been acceptable for men and women to have several relationships while remaining exclusive in the past, but it is now expected. Although it is so widespread now that you cannot even refute it, I do not believe it works for even a moment. Additionally, social media and the pandemic that has worsened global economic conditions have significantly altered this interaction dynamic. At the heart of it, the subjugation of men in Western civilization is evident. Men are realizing how the entire chain of systems that govern everything from taxes and insurance to law and the economy is slowly and surely being designed and manipulated to work against them, and they're having none of it. The only way I can see this issue minimized is if women stop hyper-focusing on how they look and prioritize their personality and life skills, and men decide that having a life partner or family is more gratifying than meaningless physical intimacy with an attractive woman. Real connection, respect, and proper communication negate the need for the illusion of fulfillment that both AI and OF-type content provide. Don't forget, China and, I guess, Japan are currently working on making life-size robots to be wives for millions of men that won't have a chance for a human wife. We also have companies making artificial wombs. We are getting closer and closer to AI getting bodies and replacing women. We could be looking at the official end of society. I doubt they will stop, but it's coming. There is too much room for profit to stop AI now. Giving an AI a robot body designed for constant activity will become the norm, and the option for an artificial womb will become the norm. Feminism destroyed us because it incentivized women to chase after high-powered, highly paid careers and not have children. Women created an environment that men can't thrive in, so we started creating ourselves a new environment and letting them live with what they wanted and created. We don't want to fight about it or explain ourselves. We just want to be left alone. As long as women refuse to be traditional, so will men. And that means no more helping women, no more protecting women, no more marrying women, no more asking women out on dates, no more giving attention and validation. Enjoying women, you have done it to yourself. It is going to be lonely being you going forward. Men can take it, can you? The problem for women is they confuse being strong and independent with something men are seeking a partner. Dating apps are for hookups, not marriagey relationships. Men are also confused about having intimate time in bed with someone as being in a long-term relationship. Finally, women want the wedding, but do not want the role of being a wife. There is such a big disconnect between men and women. If you are an average man, women are not going to be interested in you. Since most men are average, they'd rather be with an AI girlfriend who can actually please them and give them a sense of peace. The fact is that the modern American woman has made herself a horrid and obsolete option for dating, marriage, and family, and men in ever greater numbers are choosing not to date, not to marry, and not to have families. 63% of men ages 18 to 29 are not dating, not in a relationship, and not seeking to be in a relationship. This is a 50% decrease in men seeking to date, be in a relationship, or seek to be in a relationship since 2019. These men are not looking to date long-term or casually, and see no point in dating with the horrid options of emotionally damaged Chad fodder women available. Better to just walk away, live a single successful life, and be in peace. There is an international effort that is not being reflected in the media that men are going to have in the not-too-distant future, a fully animated assistant that will have the appearance of women. Men, throughout history, have always gone within themselves to extract the solutions of every problem that has ever confronted humankind, and this is no different. With new advances in medical technology, a working and dependable artificial womb can be had. This combined with a fully animatronic female robot with lifelike looks, personality, and lifelike female physicality, the present-day biological women will have little to offer on the upside of this scenario. This new world that is coming will allow men to pre-order and thus pick and choose the women of their deepest desires, with zero downsides, as she exists for no other reason than to grow your happiness in every area of life. This new high-tech female will never deviate either in speech or act, in accordance with your lifelong dreams and/or desires in all avenues of life. She will probably cost somewhere near a new fully loaded Mercedes, but even that would be a small price to pay in comparison to a modern-day divorce. Thanks for watching The Circle of Kings. As always, we're looking forward to your support, so please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything all kings like yourself need to know.